Welcome back, guys, another video. So this makes two in one day. First time I've done that on this channel. My name is Damien, bringing you my review for episode 19 of the Vampire Diaries. And, I have to say, I actually really enjoyed this episode. I was actually making dinner, and I wasn't even watching the first, 15 minutes, no joke. I'm just listening. I was making this really nice salad. So, I'm making that, and I'm listening to the dialogue that's going on, and I realize there's just a lot of Stefan and Caroline. So I'm like, okay, let me actually just watch and see what they're talking about, what's going on exactly. So I finished the episode all the way through, and it was, in my opinion, this is just me, one of the best episodes they've done in a long time, at least in recent memory. I enjoyed it because what I saw was really great overall as far as characters are concerned. They had, now if you're subscribed to my clips channel, you would have noticed that there were 4 Stefan and Caroline videos that I posted. Now I had to do this because they had about 15 minutes of total scenes, and if I had done that in one video, there was at least a 90% chance that that video would be removed. So they had a lot of scenes, and I wasn't really sold or too convinced on the idea of Stefan and Caroline. I was really just settling for that type of relationship because it's really all that's left since Elena's leaving and Damon's with Elena currently and Stefan, there's really no options, right? So I just was accepting it and settling for it. But after the stuff that they went through on tonight's episode, I can say that I'm at least more open to the idea, and I'm leaning towards Steroline as a main endgame, even though it's already pretty much confirmed that there's going to be endgame for the two of them. But I enjoyed their scenes. I enjoyed it for a lot of reasons. I just enjoyed it because it's now they can really say they've been through some hard times or more challenging times, and they came through it stronger and even more together than they were before. And it's great because Stefan and Elena had scenes like that, back in season 1, 2, and 3, and it's one of those things where you go through it on a show like this, you go through it and then you're stronger because of it. So hopefully they can continue the kind of momentum that they have with Stefan and Caroline. I think it's great. Right now they're still trying to figure things out, so they're not going to be officially together, I guess, for maybe at least 1 or 2 episodes. But I imagine by the end of the season, something will happen, or it'll end with something that will cliffhang into the final season. So that's as far as Stefan and Caroline is concerned. Now, I guess one of the big things is Damon and Elena. Really surprising, because I guess with Elena leaving the show, I assumed the cure would be just for her. So I was pretty surprised that Damon volunteered to, or said that he would take it also with her. Now, that's totally fine, but as far as I'm aware, he is going to be on the show for season 7. So that leads me to wonder, are they going to have a human Damon for season 7? Or is the cure going to fail? It looks like next week in the promo, Stefan's telling either Elena or Damon not to take the cure. It's like something's wrong with it, I'm not sure. But we definitely know for sure Elena's leaving the show at the end. So, and the writers have actually talked about they have a really nice way to send off Elena. They're wrapping her up really well. So that leads me to say that she's probably not going to die. So I imagine the cure will probably work on her and then she'll leave the show. So I'm not sure what to make of the whole cure not working thing next week. I'm not sure what's going to go down. But either way, Damon's willing to, take that cure. He's basically, he's really, at this point, he is in love with her to the point where he just can't let her go. And you can see that he was struggling with that decision to tell her about the cure, because he really was just, it's one of those decisions that will alter everything for his character. So I thought they handled that well as well, because the moment him as a character, the way he is by nature, he's always just been that way, to do something maybe it's a little bit selfish, look for himself, and he's always struggled with putting others before himself. So it was great to see him basically say that he's willing to give up his entire vampire life to be with Elena. That, at least that reassures that he's on board with Elena and he wants to be with her forever, even if it's a limited forever. in a human life. So that was great, and his character has grown a lot since season 1. So I thought the dialogue was great between him and Elena. It's just going to be disappointing for a lot of Damon and Elena supporters because ultimately they're not going to be together, and I know that's not what people really want. Because for me, I don't really feel too hurt over it, of course, because my ship ended a long time ago, and I've just been kind of watching just for I don't even know what exactly. I've just been watching it just to wrap the show up. But I know for a lot of you guys that ship Damon and Elena, it must be really hard because you finally got your supposed end game, and now they're not going to be. But hopefully they wrap it up in a at least somewhat passable way where people aren't too mad. I don't know. I can just imagine what that final Stefan and Elena and Damon and Elena scene is going to be like. They're probably going to be pretty nostalgic in some ways. Maybe they're going to, pull on some strings from earlier seasons. Who knows what they're going to do? But it is what it is. And then, of course, Bonnie and Damon had some scenes together. That was great. They're always at odds. But season 7 is going to be a lot of Damon, so Bonnie and Damon all the time, I imagine. I don't know what else you're going to do. At least even if you keep them as friends, that's realistically what you'll see. And I even actually enjoyed the scenes between Enzo and Damon's mother. I thought it was great. So her character is there's a lot more to her, and it's been pretty good. So I look forward to seeing what else they do with her and these witch pyres or whatever you'd like to call them. I imagine they're going to get out at some point, and I also, for once, I actually enjoyed the scenes with Enzo. He felt very vulnerable in this episode. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but do let me know. And I don't know. I guess that's really it. I thought it was a better episode than last week's. It was an overall solid episode. I think that was really just because they had so much time dedicated to a lot of the relationships, whether it be romantic or not. And I enjoy that when they do it because romance, well, it's what drives me to keep watching, I guess. So yeah, do let me know what you guys think. Um, I spent a lot of time doing scenes on my other channel, so I'm like actually exhausted now because I'm running 2 monitors. I've got things going. I'm trying to edit, create thumbnails all at the same time. It's not like hard work, but it's not super easy either when you're working like as fast as you can. You're trying to get it done. So if you're subscribed to that channel, do show some support. Leave a like on the videos if you watch them, and do subscribe if you're going to that channel for the first time, and subscribe here as well. I really appreciate support on this channel. It means a lot to me, a lot more than you know. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, share your thoughts, and I will see you guys in another video maybe on Saturday. My name is Damien.